So, for most of us, kind of the holidays are over. For me tonight, that's going to be the end of it. As far as kind of the end of the celebration for the Christmas season. Uh, we had a little bit of a delayed one. Long story, not important here. But, and from a lot of you as well, same thing. Either tonight, tomorrow, Sunday, that's going to be the end of it for you. And then after that, you're going to kind of move into looking away from that kind of past 2018 and then looking towards or forwards into 2019. Many of you may be making plans for New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. Maybe you have to work that day, or maybe you got to work that night, or whatever. And so you're trying to figure out what your plans will be to celebrate, spend some time together, whatever it is that people do on New Year's Eve. Watch the Times Square celebration, all that stuff. And at the same time, many of you kind of have the idea of a New Year's resolution on your mind. Whether that's because you tend to make resolutions, or if that's because you are just posting kind of caustic memes that make fun of people that make resolutions on the internet or whatever. I think it's important to note that resolutions can, in fact, be very good and useful because, in fact, they're in a lot of ways very biblical. The idea of resolving, that's the root word, resolving to change your life in a tangible way to make it better. Whether that's that you're going to start eating better, you're going to lose weight, you're going to try to drink more water, you're going to save money, or you're going to try to pay down your debt, or like the things in our lives that tend to be kind of acidic or parasitic. We were like, you know what, we're going to cut these things out. Or maybe you're going to make positive decisions like that. I want to spend more time with my family. I want to start using my vacation time in a more effective way. I want to go on a missions trip this year. I want to go I want to start a Bible study, start a small group. Maybe you're dissatisfied with the church home you have. You want to start looking for a new one, or you want to change jobs. You want to go back to school. You want to get your grades up. Like, there's a lot of things out there that can be a catalytic decision to change your life in significant ways. But if that's you, that you're considering, you're pondering this idea of a resolution, what I would ask you to do is consider one more question before you start in on the details of what you're going to do. And it's this: why do I want to do it? Why do I want to lose weight? Is it because you are striving for an unhealthy or unsustainable temporary image of sensuality, sexuality, or beauty that is not healthy for you? Are you just trying to get your dress size down because you feel insecure about your value as a person apart from your physical appearance? Or maybe it's that you used to be skinny, but now you've had kids, or you used to be skinny, but you've kind of let yourself slide, and now you feel insecure when you look at your yearbook photos, or Facebook comes up with its memories, and it reminds you of what things used to be like for you. And seeing all the comments on there of, oh, you're so pretty, and then you look at yourself now and you realize how different things are. And people don't say those things about your selfies as much as they used to. Like, is that what it is? Because even if you get down to that dream dress size, whatever that is, 6 or 4, whatever size you're trying to get at, you will not be satisfied by that. Or even if you cut down all sugar out of your diet, you drink nothing but water, maybe tea when you need to pick up, or settle down in the middle of the evening or whatever. But you still won't be satisfied, because in a lot of ways, gym memberships and subscriptions and then those diet fads, they thrive on this season, because what they're prying at is this desire to have immortality, everlasting life. It's something that even in the garden, it's described at the end of Genesis 3, after all the devastation that has been brought by Adam and Eve's blaming each other for their sin and everything. God speaks to himself and says that they need to block the way into the garden, otherwise man will eat of the tree of life, and thus they will be trapped in their sinful flesh for all eternity. They will be trapped in the state of death, of spiritual death. And so a flaming sword literally is put there to protect them from it. But humanity has not stopped striving for that. And then in Genesis 11, you have the Tower of Babel, in which they're, you know what, we need to build this tower as an adhesive to keep us together so that our names will not perish from the earth, so that we as a people will not be scattered across the whole earth. And that is not God's plan, that we are all designed that we're going to die. But going all the way back in classic literature of the, even in the days of the epic of Gilgamesh and the stories of Beowulf and King Arthur and just all those things, like, it's always been about glory and immortality and a song that will last the ages, so that people will remember us. Part of the thing that is plied out with Ancestry now is so that you can look back and see what people used to be like, so you can hold on to and kind of immortalize things from the past that have been forgotten. But anyways, if that's what your motivation is, if it's really that kind of pseudo-immortality, that quest after vanity, that Ecclesiastes is so eloquent in describing, then you will not be satisfied by it. And come next year, even if you smash that goal and you hit it and you accomplish it exactly the way you wish to, come this time next year, 2019, you will be still looking at a checklist of all kinds of other stuff which will not be accomplished yet. So that's my question for you, is the reason why, that motivation behind your desire to create a resolution, to make a decision to be better in 2019. What is your motivation? Because if it is simply, I want to glorify God with my body, and in a way, my diet, my exercise habits have not been doing that, and so I want to start being more disciplined and stewarding the temple of my body, great. Do that. Do it. So that your body can be a better temple of the Holy Spirit, good. That's great. Or I want to be more generous with my money so that I can be, or I want to cut down debts so that I can be more generous with my money, whatever. But God needs to be first in everything that you're doing. Not just an afterthought, not just I'm going to spiritualize my motivations somehow. But you need to recenter your focus on Christ. So I'll be coming back maybe on New Year's Day or New Year's Eve with some thoughts as far as how to kind of form a kind of internal, like an internal checklist or an internal kind of inventory, so that you can help kind of guide yourself on that. So look for that. It'll be Monday, Tuesday next week, and whatever else. Hope that's helpful for somebody out there, and join the conversation down below. Peace.